Welcome to Fact Quest, where we uncover the most fascinating truths hiding in plain sight. Today we're diving into the culinary world with 10 unexpected origin stories of your favorite foods. You know how much we love a good food competition, and let me tell you, the history of these dishes is a battle of innovation, chance, and pure deliciousness. So grab a fork, pull up a chair, and get ready to be surprised, because we're about to uncover the fascinating tales behind the snacks and treats we all know and love. Let's dig in. Let's kick things off with a classic, the potato chip. It all started back in 1853 with a chef named George Crumb in Saratoga Springs, New York. A customer kept sending back their French fries, complaining they were too thick and soggy. Crumb, a man not to be trifled with in the kitchen, decided to teach the customer a lesson. He sliced the potatoes paper thin, fried them to a crisp, and seasoned them with an extra sprinkle of salt. But guess what? The customer loved them, and bam! Just like that, the potato chip was born. Crumb's chips were an instant hit, and the rest, as they say, is history. So, the next time you crack open a bag of chips, remember George Crumb, the chef who turned a customer complaint into a global snack phenomenon. Next up, we're scooping into the delightful history of the ice cream cone. Imagine eating this cold treat without a cone. It just wouldn't be the same. The ice cream cone was actually a last-minute improvisation. The year was 1904, the setting, the bustling World's Fair in St. Louis, Missouri. Ice cream vendors were doing a roaring trade, but one vendor was running out of dishes. Enter a Syrian waffle maker named Ernest Hamwi. Seeing the ice cream vendor in a bind, Hamwi rolled up one of his thin, crispy waffles into a cone shape, let it cool, and voila, the ice cream cone was born. The cone was a hit, providing a convenient and mess-free way to enjoy ice cream. It was a match made in dessert heaven. Hold on to your burgers and fries, folks, because this next one might surprise you. We're talking about ketchup, the beloved condiment that's practically a national treasure. But here's the kicker. Ketchup's roots aren't exactly American. Journey back with me to 17th century China. It was there that a fermented fish sauce called ketchup was born. Sailors brought this pungent condiment to England, where it went through a few transformations, losing the fish along the way and experimenting with ingredients like mushrooms and walnuts. Thankfully, it was in America that ketchup finally met its soulmate, the tomato. By the 19th century, tomatoes had become a staple crop in the US, and someone had the genius idea to add them to ketchup. And just like that, the ketchup we know and love today was born. Get ready for a story that's as cheesy and satisfying as a plate of nachos themselves. The year was 1943, the setting, a small town called Piedras Negras, Mexico. Our hero, a restaurant maitre d'hotel named Ignacio Nacho Anaya. One evening, a group of hungry U.S. military wives wandered into the Victory Club restaurant where Nacho worked. Nacho looked around the kitchen, spotted some tortillas, cheese, and pickled jalapenos, and inspiration struck. He cut the tortillas into triangles, fried them to a crisp, melted some cheese on top, and added a sprinkle of those tangy jalapenos. And just like that, bam, nachos! The dish was an instant hit with the wives, who dubbed it nachos especiales. Who knew that a simple act of generosity and a few pantry staples could create a snack that would conquer the world? Let's face it, the sandwich is a culinary icon. But have you ever stopped to wonder where this handheld meal got its start? Well, buckle up, because we're traveling back to 18th century England to meet the man who gave the sandwich its name, John Montague, the 4th Earl of Sandwich. The Earl was an avid card player, and legend has it that he was so engrossed in his games that he didn't want to interrupt his winning streak for something as trivial as a meal. So he instructed his servants to bring him his meat tucked between 2 slices of bread. The Earl's fellow card players caught on to this ingenious way of dining and started ordering the same as sandwich. And by royal decree, the sandwich. Get ready for a tale of culinary redemption, because we're about to unravel the mysterious origins of Worcestershire sauce. This savory, tangy condiment is a flavor powerhouse, adding a punch to everything from Bloody Marys to Caesar salads. It all started in the 1830s in Worcester, England. 2 chemists, John Lay and William Perrins, were commissioned by a nobleman to recreate an Indian sauce he'd tasted on his travels. They got to work mixing together a concoction of exotic spices and ingredients. But when they tasted their creation, they were met with disappointment. It was, to put it mildly, awful. They bottled it up anyway, stashed it away in their cellar, and promptly forgot about it. Months later, while cleaning out their cellar, they stumbled upon the forgotten bottle of sauce. Curiosity got the better of them, and they decided to give it another taste. To their surprise, the sauce had undergone a miraculous transformation. Worcestershire sauce was created, and it quickly became a sensation. Get ready for a story that's as refreshing as a popsicle on a hot summer day. Our story takes us back to 1905 with an 11-year-old boy named Frank Epperson. Frank loved making his own soda concoctions, mixing up sugary drinks on his porch. One fateful evening, Frank mixed up a batch of soda powder and water, but then got sidetracked and left his drink outside overnight with the stirring stick still in it. When Frank woke up the next morning, he discovered his drink had frozen solid around the stick. Intrigued, he ran the cup under hot water, freeing the frozen treat from its glass prison. And there it was, the world's first popsicle. Years later, Frank patented his invention, changed the name to Popsicle, and the rest, as they say, is history. Get ready for a salad story with a twist, because we're about to toss up the truth behind the Caesar salad. This classic dish, with its crisp romaine lettuce, creamy dressing, and crunchy croutons, is a staple on menus worldwide. But despite its regal name, the Caesar salad wasn't created for an emperor, or even in Rome for that matter. Our story takes us to Tijuana, Mexico, in the 1920s, to a restaurant called Caesar's. The man behind the masterpiece? An Italian immigrant named Caesar Cardini. One busy 4th of July weekend, Caesar's restaurant was packed with hungry customers, and he was running low on ingredients. Not wanting to disappoint his guests, Caesar got creative. He gathered up the remaining romaine lettuce in his kitchen, tossed it with a simple dressing of olive oil, lemon juice, garlic, Worcestershire sauce, and Parmesan cheese, and added some crunchy croutons. The salad was an instant hit. Get ready to pop open a can of history, because we're diving into the fizzy origins of Coca-Cola. This iconic beverage is more than just a soda, it's a cultural phenomenon recognized around the globe. Our story begins in 1886 in Atlanta, Georgia, with a pharmacist named John Pemberton. He experimented with different ingredients, searching for a formula that would provide energy, relieve headaches, and soothe an upset stomach. His creation? A syrup containing caffeine, coca leaf extract, and cola nut extract, all mixed with carbonated water. He called it Coca-Cola. At first, Coca-Cola was marketed as a health drink, sold in pharmacies as a cure-all elixir, but it was the drink's refreshing taste and fizzy effervescence that truly captured the public's imagination. Get ready for a tale that's as sweet and satisfying as a freshly baked chocolate chip cookie. Our story takes us back to 1930s Massachusetts, to the kitchen of a woman named Ruth Wakefield. Ruth and her husband Kenneth owned and operated the Toll House Inn, a popular restaurant known for its home-cooked meals. One day, while preparing a batch of her famous butter-drop dew cookies, Ruth realized she was out of baker's chocolate. She chopped up a bar of semi-sweet Nestlé chocolate, thinking it would melt into the dough and create a chocolate-flavored cookie. But the chocolate didn't melt completely. Instead, it softened and held its shape, creating little pockets of chocolate goodness within each cookie. The Toll House Chocolate Crunch Cookie was born. Word of these irresistible treats spread, and soon, people were flocking to the inn just to get a taste. The chocolate chip cookie quickly became an American classic. And there you have it, 10 surprising origins of the foods we love. From accidental inventions to culinary improvisations, these stories prove that the journey to our plates is often as fascinating as the food itself. It just goes to show that behind every bite of our favorite foods lies a story waiting to be uncovered. So, the next time you're enjoying a bag of chips, a scoop of ice cream, or a warm chocolate chip cookie, take a moment to appreciate the history, the ingenuity, and maybe even the happy accidents that brought these culinary delights to your table. Which fact was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more delicious discoveries on Fact Quest.